What is up today, YouTube? I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a very long time, so that's what today is, a talking video. I do promise there is a little bit of handboarding at the end of this, so you guys stay tuned for that. But today we are talking about dreams, and I don't mean actually going to sleep and dreaming, I mean goals in life. And in my opinion, there are two types of dreams: pipe dreams and realistic dreams. So a pipe dream would be being the king of Ireland. Not really possible, something you might think of when you're a little kid, but any realistic dream is something that you could achieve no matter what. If you want to be president, it is achievable. So that is an achievable dream. So let's dive deep into this topic with my experiences. So the main focus of this video is how dreams change. So when I was a little kid, ever since I could ever remember, when I was a little kid, I used to say that I wanted to be an army man. And actually, I remember my parents being like bummed out about that because they tried to give me a better life in the military. You know, it was weird with them. They were okay with me doing it, but like I said, weird. As I got older, when I hit about age 12, I no longer said I wanted to be an army man, but I decided I wanted to be a Marine. And I really, really wanted to be a Marine. And now we fast forward until I was 17. I graduated high school at 17. I was the youngest kid in my class. I was very, very young. And I went and I talked to a Marine recruiter because I needed to, first off, know if I needed my parents' signature. And what I was told is once I graduate high school, I'm legally emancipated. I do not need my parents' signature. That's great. And after a long conversation, in the end, I cannot, at the time, I could not serve in the military due to a prior medical condition. And that was like a huge bummer for me, being told, like, because you're talking about for 14 years, I wanted to be a Marine, pretty much. And being told that because of this silly medical condition, I can't serve in the military. But I'm not stupid. I, had a contingency plan. I had already applied to a college, already took my SATs, did pretty well on them. And while I was really sad, I got over it and I changed gears. Now, in Votech during this time, if you guys don't know, if your school doesn't offer it, Votech is a technical school that you do during high school. So you learn trades, where I learned auto body, fixing body panels, learning how to weld, learning how to paint cars, stuff like that. And then when I went to college, I decided not to go for that because why would I want to relearn what I already know? So I decided to go for mechanics, something I've never done before. So it was new to me and actually a huge struggle and I looked like one of the worst kids in the class because I never did it before. And all the other kids had did it in Votech. So they were kind of like ahead of the game where I was really behind the eight ball. And I decided to go to college, which I did. I did very well in it, or at least I would like to say I did really well in it. And I graduated, where then I got a job in the field. But let's talk about the jobs a little bit. So sometimes people lie to you. It's just life, it happens. When I was in college, there was a couple different job fairs or career fairs where I got to meet with local dealerships and talk with them. And what they were offering was really, really good. Telling me once I had that degree in my hand, I had that diploma, that they'd start me off at X amount of dollars to work for them, and I'd be doing this, and everything sounded so great and awesome at the time. Then when I graduated and I put my portfolio together and I went and spoke with those dealers again, all of them were offering now Y amount of dollars, which was substantially lower, and the hours were terrible, and basically everything they promised me was not the case. So after a couple different job interviews, I decided to go with, I don't want to say it's a local tire brand, like a local tire store, because the place is $1 billion company, and that is not false. It's just only in Pennsylvania, this company. So I ended up getting a job with them, and just like before I got lied to, I was told in my interview that I would make X amount of dollars, and after 90 days, I'd make Y amount of dollars as long as I did my job and I didn't leave. And after my 90 days, I was told that I wasn't selling enough stuff, so no way could they give me that raise. But I'm a very dedicated person. I've dedicated to skating for 10 years. I've dedicated to handboarding for like 5 years now. And I stuck with it. And I thought, well, maybe I just need to prove myself to them. They don't know what I can do yet. And where things then got south with me was I was no longer rebuilding engines or more extensive mechanical work like I did in college. I was doing tires, which, I mean, I was in a tire store, makes sense. But I ended up learning an absurd amount about tires and becoming very, very talented at doing tires to the point where I can do ones the size of my fist to ones taller than me. But that did mean I forgot a lot of the mechanical stuff I learned in college. And basically, this company really mistreated me. I barely got any lunches throughout the 2 years I was there. I never once seen a raise in 2 years I was there. My hours were terrible. And it was just a very toxic environment until they forced me to leave because they believed that I was one of the biggest problems there, even though all I did was show up and do my job. But let's get towards moving on to the next job. So after I ended up leaving there, I was very bummed out and sad, but thankfully, as a tradesmith, it usually isn't hard for a tradesmith to find work. So my brother at the time was actually looking at the army, and he found out for me that while I couldn't serve in the Marines because of that medical condition I spoke about, I actually could serve in the army. Weird. I don't know why, those stipulations exist. But I had just at the exact same time got a job interview for a new place to work at another tire store. And I told my wife that because we had been apart for 2 years when I was in college, which was very tough for our relationship and that. But I spoke to my wife and I said, I will give this new job a week. If it is the same toxic environment I spent 2 years, I'm enlisting. I will not work there any longer. And I got there and it was the exact opposite. It was pretty much like a vacation compared to the prior environment I was in. And I got along so well with my bosses and my coworkers and that. And while we've had some, roster changes and that, I still get along with most of the guys I work with. And it has been an amazing experience. And I'm still currently working there. And it has been over 2 years. And I think I'm probably going to be working there for a while. They actually give me raises. I get lunches. I work a lot of overtime, but I feel like I'm working less hours than my first job, even though I'm really working more hours. So, why am I telling you guys all this? Why is this important for you guys to know about my life and that? Why I'm telling you this is because dreams change. So, in all intents and purposes, I achieved my dream. I went to college for mechanics and I became a mechanic. So, does that mean I won? But to be honest with you guys, after becoming a sponsored handboarder and actually, being a part of a company in that, I would give up. I would never turn a wrench another time in my entire life if I could have Sam Tabor's career. He is going to be my biggest example here, where he is a professional handboard rider for our rival company and actually is a pro board on the company I ride for, Handskate. And he gets to make videos all day long. And I'd absolutely love to do that. Why don't I get to do that though? Because I don't have a private skate park to progress my skating a ton. I don't have the time to do these really cool, extensive edits. I have time to talk to a camera and film some stuff. That's about it. So, one day, maybe, I'll be able to do collaborations in that. Because there has been, in the past 3 years, there has been some points where I thought maybe I could really do it. Where when I first got at Handskate, and then became friends with Zyler and that, and we've known each other for a while now, and we got the collab with Braille that I asked him, hey, can you show Braille some of my stuff, maybe get a collaboration going between me and Braille personally, and that never panned out. Like I said, I told you guys before, I have a picture of Aaron Carroll watching my stuff. That's it. And then when Revive started collabing with them, I was really hopeful that, I could get in contact between Handskate and then move to getting into contact with Revive. And I only live about 5 hours from Revive. So I was, had this dream in my head that I'd get to go hang out and skate with them and that. But never got in contact with them. And maybe one day I'll be able to do that. That's why I've actually been really pushing working on Handskate's Instagram to help grow my stuff and potentially maybe have these companies recognize me. Because while people think I'm famous and I may be the first ever sponsored handboarder in the world, these videos get 15 views. But I will continue doing them for as long as I can. This is something like my 613th video, which is insane to me. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video and understand dreams change. Even though you went to college or something, it may not be what you do in the end. So as always, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and listening to me rant. And as always, have a great day. Now, after the credits, please enjoy this handboarding This was supposed to be a collaboration edit that just fell through, so please enjoy this 20-some seconds of footage. Have a great day.